breath, but
We're
I
on
get my
here.
steps in.
Hi, Bridget.
Hi, how are you?
Anytime you're ready.
We ready?
I think so.
Okay, the meeting will please come to order. This is a duly advertised meeting of the Joliet Zoning Board of Appeals. In our capacity, we hear petitions for relief from the strict provisions of our city ordinance. In matters of this type, the decision of this board is final. In respect, it does not go to the mayor or the city council for any further action. If you disagree with our decision, you do have recourse in a court of record. We also hear petitions for variations of land use. In matters of this type, we act as an advisory committee to the mayor and the city council, making a recommendation either for or against it. Final decision on land use is made by the mayor and the city council. Secretary, pull the board, please.
Ms. Safford? Mr. Alessio?
Here.
Mr. McCauley?
Here.
Mr. Noctree?
Here.
Mr. Riggs?
Here.
Ms. Rohr?
Here.
Mr. Hennessy?
Here. Do you want to announce the petitions that have been withdrawn?
We could do that, yes. 2021-22 through 2024, so 2021-22, 2021-23, 2021-24, all dealing with the community identification display signs, has been requested for tabling to the July meeting. And this is a request by the developer. They're trying to work out an extension on the agreement with the developer is running out. So in order for them to do more, they want to make sure that this agreement is extended further. So that's the reason for this request. And then in addition to that, petition 2021-34, variation of use to allow a cardboard box recycling and manufacturing plant at 2695 Plainfield Road. That has also been requested to be tabled to the July meeting by the petitioner. And this is just for further due diligence on their part to make sure that the building is going to work for them correctly before they proceed.
Okay.
So if you want to take those separately and table them, I think that would be appropriate.
Want a motion separate to a table on each one?
Yeah, I believe so.
A motion be in order to table 2021-22.
So move.
Second.
Pull the board.
Mr. McCauley?
Aye.
Mr. Noctree?
Aye.
Mr. Riggs?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Alessio?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Aye. Petition 2021-23 to table.
Motion to table?
Second.
Pull the board.
Mr. Noctree?
Aye.
Mr. Riggs?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Alessio?
Aye.
Mr. McCauley?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Aye. Petition 2021-24. There is no discussion on a tabling motion, sir.
To the July meeting, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be on the next meeting.
If you wanted to call, like, next time, we don't want you to keep coming down here if it's gonna be tabled, you can call me. Okay, so yeah, if you wanna call to see if it's gonna be tabled again or something like that, ahead of time, I'd be glad to take your call.
Pull the board, please.
Did we have a motion? We need a motion for 24.
We had a motion, didn't we?
We're on the third one now. The 2021-24.
There was a motion on that?
There was a motion on 23.
Okay,
We do
let's have
need
a
a
motion on 24 then.
Motion to table.
A second. Pull the board.
Mr. Riggs?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Alessio?
Aye.
Mr. McCauley?
Aye.
Mr. Noctree?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Aye. And now petition 2021-34, you want a motion on that?
So move.
Second.
Pull the board.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Alessio?
Aye.
Mr. McCauley?
Aye.
Mr. Noctree?
Aye.
Mr. Riggs?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Aye. Let's proceed.
If we could go back to the approval of the minutes for the May 20th, 2021 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting.
Motion be in order to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Oh,
Poll the board, please.
Mr. McCauley?
Aye.
Mr. Noctre?
Abstain, I wasn't here.
Mr. Riggs?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
aye.
Mr. Alessio?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Abstain.
Moving on to, agenda item 4, citizens to be heard on agenda items. This section is for anyone wanting to speak regarding items listed on the agenda. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on an item listed on the agenda? Seeing none, we could move on. Old business we covered with, tabling motions for those 3 petitions. Under new business public hearing, petition 2021-30.
Petitioner here.
Let me get to that in my packet and I'll read the staff report. Petition number 2021-30, the applicant owner is Sam Sanders, the location is 2106 Sudbury Drive, and the request is a variation. Petitioner is requesting a variation of a required side yard setback from 8 feet to 5.2 feet to construct a one-door garage addition. The Zoning Board of Appeals makes the final decision on this variation request. Under site-specific information, the 12,700 square foot lot currently contains a single-family house. Property is zoned R2 single-family residential. This case was filed on June 17th, 2021. Under surrounding zoning, land use, and character, the property in question is adjacent to other single-family residential properties that have R2 zoning to the north, east, and west. A single-family residential property is also located to the south that has R1 single-family residential zoning. Applicable regulations 47-6.4 yard and lot requirements. Under discussion, the requested side yard setback variation will allow the petitioner to construct an 11 by 44.26 foot garage addition along the west side of the house. And you can see the attached site plan with in the PowerPoint, there's a revised site plan with elevations. A paved driveway addition will angle into the new one-bay garage door. Detailed plans are being designed by an architect, and those are the ones I referred to on the PowerPoint. The addition will blend into the existing house. The variation on the setback request should not create a detrimental effect to the neighboring area. Under conditions, if the Zoning Board of Appeals desires to approve the variation, the following condition would be included: that the addition be constructed to blend into the house as per those available plans. And that concludes our staff report.
Petitioner present. Come on forward, sir.
Good afternoon.
Let's swear you in. Do you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth under a penalty of law?
Yes, sir.
Name and address, please.
Sam Sanders, address 2106 Sudbury Drive, Joliet, Illinois.
Any
60.
comments you'd like to make, sir?
Not really, I just wanted to add the addition to store classic car.
Okay, any questions by the board?
I have one. Mr. Sanders, I assume that the neighbor on the side where the garage will be is comfortable with it, is happy with it?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, I spoke to the neighbor.
okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to do this for 10 years.
Oh, I see, okay.
It's just like, but, he built the fence. I've been there 21 years. My existing neighbor, when he put his fence up, he shortened himself on his property line. So when he bought the house 5 years ago, he let me know that I had 2 feet of his property, but he has a huge backyard. He said he didn't have no problem with it. So, but as it stands, I got plenty of room for the garage, right? But I just needed 2 feet as far as the survey goes. So, I mean, I'm here requesting it today.
Okay.
Any other comments? Anybody in the audience wishing to speak in favor? Anyone opposed? Chair closes petition as the board for discussion and a vote.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve the petition. Pull the board, please.
Mr. Alessio?
Aye.
Mr. McCauley?
Aye.
Mr. Noctry?
Aye.
Mr. Riggs?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next agenda item, 2021-31, Oscar Justino Haro Cardenas is the applicant owner. The location of the property is 2213 Taylor Street. Request is a variation. The applicant is requesting a variation to reduce the front yard setback from 30 feet to 28.9 feet for a covered front entry porch located at 2213 Taylor Street. The Zoning Board of Appeals makes the final decision in this matter. Under site-specific information, the property in question is 11,140 square feet in size. Lot measures 79 feet wide and 141.02 feet deep. Property is located in the residential neighborhood just north of the St. Joseph Medical Center and is Zone R2 single-family residential. Circa 1964 house on the property is 1 story in height and is 1,504 square feet in size. Under surrounding zoning, land use, and character, all parcels in this neighborhood are Zone R2 single-family residential. Majority of the homes in this neighborhood are ranch-style or split-level homes. Under applicable regulations, section 47-6.4, R2 single-family residential yard and lot requirements, section 47-19.8, criteria for granting a variation, and you could refer to the attachments for that. Under discussion, the property owner seeks to create a larger covered front air entry for his home that will extend 1.1 feet into the 30-foot front yard setback. Site plan and building plans for the 11-foot 8-inch by 5-foot 2-inch gabled front entry are attached. Property was approved for an 11-foot by 32-foot garage addition and driveway expansion in September of 2020. Foundation has been laid for this garage, but construction is pending the approval of the proposed front entry due to the use of shared construction materials. Garage plans are also attached to this report. Under conditions, we have none, and that concludes our staff report.
Petitioner present? You swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth under penalty of law. May I have your name and address?
Name is Oscar Haro, 2213 Taylor Street, Joliet, Illinois, 60435.
Any comments you want to make, sir?
Nope.
Any questions by the board? Anybody in the audience wishing to speak in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Chair closes petition, asks the board for discussion and a motion.
I move to approve.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the petition. Please poll the board.
Mr. McCauley?
I'm gonna vote aye. I just passed papers to that house way before your time.
Mr. Noctry?
Aye.
Mr. Riggs?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Alessio?
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy?
Aye, thank you.
Moving on to the next agenda item, petition number 2021-32. The applicant owner is Westside Joliet Real Estate LLC. The location is 2100 Essington Road. This request is an extension of a special use permit. Under the purpose, the property owner, Westside Joliet Real Estate LLC, is requesting an extension of the special use permit to allow a self-storage facility that includes indoor climate-controlled and outdoor mini-storage units, and this is located at 2100 Essington Road. City Council approved this special use permit at their January 19th, 2021 meeting. As a condition of approval, construction was to have begun within 180 days. A letter is attached by the petitioner explaining that the site development plans pertaining to stormwater detention as well as due diligence have taken longer than anticipated, resulting in an extension of the anticipated closing date. Zoning Board of Appeals makes the final decision on the extension request. If approved, the extension would allow a new construction start date by January 2022. Planning staff is in favor of this request. The original staff report and attachments are attached here too. The previously approved conditions are still included. Those had to do with outside storage and illumination, landscaping, the architectural plans Another 180-day extension is in order, and our failure to comply with the above conditions resulting in possible revocation would be another condition that remains, and also should the property be declared a public nuisance, it should be subject to a rehearing and a possible revocation of the special use permit. And that concludes the staff report.
Petitioner present. Do you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth under penalty of law?
I do.
Name and address.
Nathaniel Washburn, attorney with Kavanaugh, Grumley, and Gorbold, 111 North Ottawa Street. I'm the attorney for the petitioner.
Any comments, sir?
We support staff's report and would request the extension of additional 180 days.
Well, we approved this once before. I don't see anything has changed. Motion would be in order.
Motion to approve. Second.
Is there anyone opposed? Anyone in favor? We have a motion and a second to approve. Poll the board.
Mr. Noctree,
Aye.
Mr. Riggs,
Aye.
Ms. Rohr,
Aye.
Mr. Alessio,
Aye.
Mr. McCauley,
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy.
Aye.
Moving on to the next agenda item, let's see here. 2021-33. Sorry, I was on the wrong case here.
2021-33, yeah.
The applicant is Transport Properties. The owner is TP Mound Road LLC. The location is 2951 Mound Road. The request is a variation. The purpose, under purpose, the applicant is requesting a variation to increase maximum height of signage located at 2951 Mound Road. The ZBA makes the final decision for this variation request. Under site-specific information, the subject property is located at 2951 Mound Road, which is about a third of a mile east of Hobart Road. Vacant land is approximately 23.975 acres in size and is zoned I-2 General Industrial. It was most recently used as a fill site. Interstate 80 forms the northern border of the subject property. The applicant is in the process of creating a subdivision at this location with 3 lots and 2 outlots. Preliminary plat of Mound Road Logistics subdivision is scheduled to be reviewed by the City Council at their June 15th meeting. Under surrounding zoning, land use, and character, to the north is B3, general business, and the warehousing and Interstate 80 uses. To the south is I-2 general industrial, and that's vacant land. To the east is I-2 general industrial, which is fill site and vacant land. To the west is I-2 general industrial, and that's an existing truck terminal. Under applicable regulations, 4717.21 signs and 4717.213 BB criteria for granting a sign variance, and you could refer to the attachment for that. Under discussion, Transport Properties seeks approval for a pole sign that will be a maximum of 40 feet in height. The City of Joliet zoning ordinance limits sign height to 25 feet. Transport Properties intends to lease the 10.1 acre Lot 2 at this location to Navistar for a truck tractor and equipment sales, service, and repair facility. The lot has frontage on Interstate 80, and the purpose of the proposed signage is to increase business visibility to traffic on Interstate 80. The City Council approved the special use permit for this facility at their May 18th, 2021 meeting. Signage, site plan, and sign elevations are included as part of the application packet. The proposed signage for this location meets all other city sign requirements. Under conditions, we have none, and that concludes our staff report.
Petitioner present? You've been sworn in,
Nate Washburn again on behalf of the petitioner, TP Mound Road. We would support staff's recommendation of a granting of the variance for an increase to maximum sign height of 40 feet. I'm here to answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions by the board? Comments? Anyone in the audience wish to speak in favor? Is anyone opposed? This may be a record for a meeting. Chair closes petition to the floor and asks the board for discussion and a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the petition. Poll the board.
Ms. Rohr,
Aye.
Mr. Alessio,
Aye.
Mr. McCauley,
Aye.
Mr. Nactree,
Aye.
Mr. Riggs,
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy.
Aye.
Moving on, the agenda 2021-34 was previously tabled. Under 7, old new business, not for final action or recommendation, we have none. Under public comments, this section is for anyone wanting to speak regarding non-agenda items and are allowed a maximum of 4 minutes. Is there anyone that would like to speak under public comments? Seeing none, before we move on to adjournment, I would like to introduce everyone to our new Community Development Director, Eva Marie Troper. So this is the zoning board. You guys can introduce yourselves to each other after the meeting, if you'd like.
Is this some form of punishment for her, or?
For all of us, not really. But moving on to number 9, it would be adjournment, if you so choose.
Motion to adjourn would be in order.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn this lovely meeting. Would you call the board, please?
Mr. Nactree,
Aye.
Mr. Riggs,
Aye.
Ms. Rohr,
Aye.
Mr. Alessio,
Aye.
Mr. McCauley,
I don't know, do we have to adjourn?
Yes.
Aye.
Mr. Hennessy.
Aye. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.